I'm on page 270. We're doing the Chapter 12 review. You have the even numbers for homework, so I'm going to do some of the odd numbers with you. Numbers 1 through 4, it says to write the formula for how to calculate the volume of these figures. So for number 1, it says which formula would you use to find the volume of a cube? Well, you've got the box over to the right. Which one of those would be to find the volume of a cube? And that would be volume, capital V, is equal to S cubed. You need to know these because we're going to be having a test very soon. You need to memorize these formulas. All right, number 2, that one will be yours. If you're finding the volume of a triangular prism, remember, what kind of base is it? It's a triangle. What's the formula for the area of a triangle? And then number 3, the volume of a cylinder. Remember, a cylinder looks like a Lysol bottle, and it's got bases of circles. Therefore, when you're finding the volume, you need to use the area formula for a circle and then multiply it by the height. So it's going to be volume is equal to pi r squared h. And then lastly, the volume of a rectangular prism. Which of those formulas would you use? I'll let you find that one on your own. All right, number 5. Find the area of the base and then find the volume of the prism that could be built using centimeter cubes for the given height. So number 5, it gives us a set of 9 squares. All right, so here we go. Let's find the area of this base. Well, what is this? This is a square. So what's the area of a square? It tells us find the area of the base first. This is the base. So the area is equal to, well, this is 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 3 squared. The area of the base is 9. And then we have to find the volume. If this base figure of a cube was 3 centimeters high. Therefore, we have a cube. What's the volume of a cube? Look up here. We have our formula for finding the volume of a cube right there is S cubed. So therefore, S is one of the lengths that we have, which is 3, but then we need to cube it. So V is equal to 3 times 3 times 3. What is the final volume? 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. My units are centimeters cubed because we're dealing with the volume. Oh, that was a bad circle there. All right, let's move to number 7. Number 7, we're doing the same thing. We're finding the area of the base. Notice up here in number 5, the area was equal to how many square units can I fit? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the area was 9 square centimeters. So for number 7, I can find the area of that base by doing what I just did about counting up how many square units do I need in order to have this whole base here. So let's find the area. The area of the base here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 centimeters squared. Again, all I did was just count up how many. Remember, that's what area is. Area is how many square units are in a specific figure. But again, we're looking for the volume. Well, the volume of a figure is equivalent to the base, area of the base, times the height. We just found this is the area of the base. That is 6. It tells us that the height is 2 centimeters, so the volume is equal to 12 centimeters cubed. That is your final answer. But you also need this answer as well too, because it tells you find the area of the base. So up here, find the area of the base. Find the volume of the whole figure. You're going to do number 6 on your own. So first find the area for number 6 if that's the base, and then find the volume with the given height. Number 9. Find the volume of the figure, round a decimal answer to the nearest tenth. So number 9, I have a rectangular prism. If I'm finding the volume of a rectangular prism, I'm going to use base times height, but this is the area of the base, and the base of a rectangular prism is a rectangle. Therefore, this is the formula I'm going to use for a rectangular prism, finding the volume. All right, let's plug in our values. What's the length? The length is 4.2. The width is 1.5. And the height is 2.8. So we're going to come over here. We've got to multiply all these out. 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 4 plus 1 is 21. Carry my 0. 1 times 2. 1 times 4. Add these up. That's 2 decimal places, so that's 6.3. But again, that's only 4.2 times 1.5. I need to multiply that product by 2.8. So that's 24. 8 times 6 plus 2 is 50. Carry my 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. And I've got 2 decimal places. Therefore, the volume of this rectangular prism is 17.64. What are my units? Meters cubed. The directions say round any decimal answers to the nearest tenth. So I need to round 17.64. This is the tenths place. So this 4 right here tells me I'm not going to round up. So it's just 17.6 cubic meters. That is my volume for that rectangular prism. That's what you're going to need to do for numbers 8 through 19. You're going to have to ask yourself, okay, what kind of figure do I have? Because I've got different formulas. We're going to be using those formulas up on numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 in order to solve these. So here we go. That was number 9. Let's do number 11. What kind of prism is number 11? It is a square prism or a cube prism. So what's the volume of a cube prism? V is equal to S cubed, because the base, the length, the width, the height, it's all the same measurement, which is 4. So what is the volume here? That's 4 times 4 times 4. The volume is 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64. Therefore, the volume of the cube is 64 cubic feet. Number 13. What do we have there? Well, again, we have another cube, so I'm going to use the same formula. V is equal to S cubed. What is one of the sides? 3.2 cubed. Therefore, the volume is 3.2 times 3.2 times 3.2. I'm going to have to do my math. 3.2 times 3.2. That is going to be 4, 6, carrying my 0, 6 and 9. That's 10.24. And then 10.24 times 3.2. Got to multiply it by one more 3.2. And here we go. That's 12, 6, 7, 3. Alright, it's 8, 6, 7, 5. Carry 3 decimal places. So therefore, the volume of this cube is going to be, let's see here. Oh, I messed up somewhere. 3 times 4 is 12, 6, 7, 0. Oh, this should be a 0, and that should be a 3. Let me erase some of this. That should be a 0. Let's see here. Let's try this again. That's an 8, 6. That was 12, 6, 7. That's 0, 3, 7, 2, 3. Carry 3 decimal places. All right, there we go. 32 point. All right, I need to round it. So round it to the nearest tenth. That 6 tells me to bump that 7 up to an 8. My units are meters, so it's cubic meters is my final volume. Number 15. What kind of prism do we have? It's a triangular prism. So what is the formula we're going to use for a triangular prism? Look up top. What did you put for your answer for number 2? I hope you put this one right here. Alright, so let's plug in our values. Volume is equal to 1/2 times, okay, this piece right here is talking about the area of the base. Alright, this is the area of the triangular base. 1/2 times, what is the base of the triangle? Notice it's 4, okay? The bottom there is 4. This h sub 1, that's the height of the triangle. What's the height? It's 6. And then this guy right here, h sub 2, that is going to be the height of the actual prism, not the height of the triangle. This is the height of the triangle itself. This is the height of the prism, which is 5 centimeters. All right, here we go. 1/2 times 4, that's 2. 2 times 6, 12. 12 times 5 is 60. Therefore, our final volume is 60 cubic centimeters. All right, need to memorize those 4 formulas up at the top. Number 17. This is a cylinder. So for finding the volume of a cylinder, which of those formulas up top are we going to be using? Well, because the base is a circle, we're going to use pi r squared times the height. All right, let's plug in our values. Pi is 3.14. What is the radius for number 17? The radius is 2 centimeters, but it tells us in our formula to square the radius. And then the height of the prism, or excuse me, the cylinder, the height is 7. So let's simplify. That's V is equal to 3.14 times 2 squared is 4 times 7. 4 times 7 is 28. So we've got 3.14 times 28. Let's do our math out to the side. 3.14 times 28. 4 times 8 is 32. That's 11, 24, 25. Carry my 0, 8, 2, and 6. Here we go. 2 decimal places. Therefore, the volume of this cylinder is 87 and we need to round to the nearest tenth, 87.9 cubic centimeters. Those are my units right there. All right, and then number 19. Let's do that one on the next empty page here. Number 19. Again, this is a cylinder. We're finding the volume of a cylinder, so we're using the formula pi r squared times h. Again, this represents B, capital letter B. Remember, B is the area of the base, and we're just plugging in the specific type of area that we're using, which is a circle base. So that's 3.14 times, what is the radius of number 19? Well, 6 is not the radius, but 6 is the diameter. What's the relationship between the radius and the diameter? Well, the radius is going to be half of the diameter. Therefore, the radius is going to be 3. And then the height is there on the bottom, which is 6 inches. Let's simplify. That's 3.14 times 3 squared is 9. 3 times 3. And then 9 times 6, that's 54. Let's do our work over here to the side. 3.14 times 54, that's 16, 5, 12. Carry my 0, 7, 15. All right, my final answer, I need to round to the nearest tenth. So that's going to be 169.6 inches cubed is my final answer there. So again, for these ones, make sure you're looking at the figure and then make sure you use the correct formula for these ones. Number 21. The directions say to find the volume of a figure with the given dimension. So again, we're looking for volume. Number 21, it says we're finding the volume of a cube. So what's the volume formula for a cube? S to the third power. And what is S? It tells us S is 10. So we're going to plug in 10 for S. Therefore, the volume is equal to 10 times 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 10 is 1,000. So the volume is 1,000 cubic meters. Number 23. For a cylinder, finding the volume of a cylinder. So which formula are we going to use? Well, it's a circular base, so it's pi r squared times h. Volume is equal to pi r squared. Let's see here, pi is 3.14. The radius, it tells us, is 3, so we need to square that. And then the height is 2. So volume is equal to 3.14 times 3 squared is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. Let's do our math over here to the side. 3.14 times 18. 8 times 4 is 32. It's 11. 24, 25. Carrying my 0. 4, 1, 3. 2, 5, 6, 5. So round that to the nearest tenth. That's going to be 56.5, and this is cubic meters. Number 25. Find the unknown measurement of the rectangular prism. This time it gives us the volume of 70 cubic meters, and it tells us that the height is 3.5 meters. We don't know what the length is. And let's see, the width, though, is 2 meters. So we're trying to find what is the missing length here. So let's plug in what we do know. Our formula for a rectangular prism is V is equal to length times width times height. Oops. So volume is 70. We don't know what the length is. The width is 2, and the height is 3.5. Alright, so we're looking for length. So 70 is equal to length times 3.5 times 2. Well, that's 7. Let's get L by itself. So we need to divide both sides. Do the opposite of multiplication. So divide both sides by 7. The length is equal to 10 what? Length is equal to, we've got units, 10 meters. Alright, almost done here. Number 27. This time we're looking for the height. It tells us that the volume is 80 inches cubed. The length is 5 inches, the width is 2 inches, and the height is, we don't know, that's what we're looking for. Alright, well, if they give us length, width, and height, what kind of, or in the directions it tells us it's a rectangular prism. So we're using this formula, length times width times height. Let's plug in what we know. Volume is 80, length is 5, width is 2, and we don't know what h is. So here we go. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times h, we need to get h by itself. So we need to divide 10 from both sides. The height is 8. 8 what? 8 inches. Make sure you have the correct units there. And let's do one more, all right? Number 29. The Hernandez family is building raised garden beds to grow vegetables. The largest bed is 9 feet long, 4 feet wide, and 1.5 feet high. So how many cubic feet? Remember, cubic feet, that's talking about volume. How much soil will he need to fill the largest bed? It gave us length, width, and height. So we've got a rectangular prism we're dealing with, and we're looking for the volume of it. They tell us that the bed is 9 feet long. What's the width of it? It's 4 feet wide, and the height of it is 1.5. So here we go. 4 times 1.5 is 6, and 6 times 9 is 54, and then my units are cubic feet. So this is how much soil they will need. They will need 54 cubic feet of soil. All right, that's it for today. You have numbers 2 through 32, the even.